We don't like to hear it, but here's the truth. Most of your problems, they're your fault. Your financial struggles, your health issues, your failed relationships, they're not just bad luck. They're the result of choices you've made or avoided making. You stayed in that toxic job. You procrastinated on your dreams. You let fear control your decisions. Yes, life is unfair sometimes. Bad things happen. But if you're honest, brutally honest, you'll realize that blaming others keeps you stuck. Blaming your boss, your parents, the economy, your ex. It feels good for a moment, but it steals your power. The moment you admit, "This is my fault," you finally regain control. Control to change, to improve, to create a better future. Overthinking won't fix it. Waiting won't fix it. Only taking responsibility will. Own your mistakes. Forgive yourself. Learn, move differently. That's how you break free. Because here's the harsh truth again. No one is coming to save you. You have to save yourself. And that starts with the decision to stop blaming others. It's hard to admit your mistakes, right? Especially when there's an easier target, someone or something else to blame. But here's what happens when you do. When you take responsibility for your own life, you give yourself the power to make real changes. It's the only way out of any problem. Let me say it again for those in the back. You cannot solve a problem by blaming someone or something else. The only way to solve a problem is to take responsibility for it. And yeah, sometimes it hurts to admit you're at fault. Sometimes it's easier to blame your upbringing, your genes, your country, your ex, your addiction. But guess what? It's always easier to keep blaming someone or something else than it is to face our own demons. But here's the catch. Blaming doesn't work. It doesn't make things better. It doesn't solve the problem. It just makes you feel good for a few seconds. Taking responsibility, on the other hand, that's where the real magic happens. You see, everything in your life is a result of two variables: your control and your influence. What you can control are your thoughts, your actions, your effort. What you can influence are other people, your environment, your results. Now, here's the thing. Most people spend 90% of their time trying to control the 10% they can't control, other people's behavior. Trying to change someone who doesn't want to change is futile. Trying to influence the economy, the government, your neighbor, it's all pointless. Stop wasting 90% of your energy trying to control the 10% you can't control. Instead, focus on controlling what you can: your thoughts, your actions, your effort. Take responsibility for your part in every situation, and the 10% you can influence will start to shift in your favor. Here's some harsh truths you probably need to hear. You're not special. You're not entitled. Life isn't fair. The world doesn't owe you anything. You have to earn everything. Nothing comes for free. If you want success, if you want happiness, if you want love, you have to work for it. And that starts with taking responsibility for your life. It's easy to blame others, to point fingers, to complain about your circumstances. But here's the secret to getting what you want in life. Take responsibility for everything that's happening in your life. Take responsibility for everything that's happened in your life. Take responsibility for everything that will happen in your life. You want to be successful. Take responsibility for your actions. You want to be happy. Take responsibility for your emotions. You want to find love? Take responsibility for your relationships. Everything in your life is a result of your decisions, your actions, your effort. So stop blaming others and start taking responsibility. Stop complaining and start working. Stop wishing and start doing. This is your life. It's your responsibility. It's your fault. And that means it's also your opportunity.